Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks, in the summer, too. Let's make it a great one. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Cultivate wisdom. You don't need to accumulate knowledge to become wise. Anyone can become wise. When you become wise, you respect your body, you respect your mind, and you respect your soul. When you become wise, your life is controlled by your heart, not your head. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 207, NASDAQ up 45, S&P's up 18, gold contract down $36, trading at $1,380 an ounce. Silver down $1.15 at $21.55 an ounce. Platinum off 30 bucks at $1,498 an ounce. Copper down 5 pennies at $3.26 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1.40 at $96.16 a barrel. Bonds down almost 2 points, 1 point and 24 ticks to 139.13. King dollar up 128.6 at 81.65. Euro down 21, trading out at 132, and the yen up 51, trading at 97.47. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, we're up 19 bucks. We did 680 million. So what you have is this. Your A point on this is a B to receive an ABC structure on the way down, folks. Your A point on a cash S&P is 1687. Your B point is at the 1598, which is a big number because you get 89 points A to B. Now, question is, do we go all the way up into this 1648? And I expect you're gonna. And what 1648 is, folks, is the low of the first acceleration down. You know, we come down with volume, you back up with lighter volume today. We'll do the SPY in a second because we got our man Frank from Lexington coming up, but we'll just go through the Dow Industrials first. Dow Industrials, what we have here is this. Dow is up 207 bucks. She's at 15,248, and that can get into not that much higher, 15,265. NASDAQ Composite, the composite and the NDX are still the weakest. Composite goes up 45 bucks. You're actually into the bar in the composite. Actually, it's the NDX that is the weakest. But the composite only did 1.6 billion versus 1.8. If you go over the NDX 100, what you're going to see is this. So the the Qs went up on 30 million versus downtown yesterday on 62 million, and in fact, they're going into 58 million. We are at 73.39, and this can get into. That's interesting. It's in there right now. It's in this. It's the 73.24 number. That's the actual number. So it's about 12 cents over that number. So the real question is it going to go up to 66? So the next number would be 73.66. It's not much. That's the bottom line. We'll see where this shakes and bakes, meaning where it wants to hit that C point. I suspect. And we'll go back to in fact, let's go to Frank right now in Lexington. Hey, Frank, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Sure. So I'm looking at a daily chart on the SPY.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the whole uptrend going back to last November.
Okay.
And what I see is early November, late December, late February, middle of April, and the current downtrend that we're in, all high volume retracements out of that uptrend.
Right.
But every time it has repaired itself and gone up 10 or 15 points.
Yes.
What makes this downtrend that we're in? I look at this today and I look like they're starting it again. What makes it different this time?
It doesn't.
It bounced off the 50-day average the last 4 times, too.
Listen, what Frank's saying is this specifically, folks, is that when we started out in December, SPY goes to 143, gives it up to 139 with volume, doesn't matter, goes higher. Gets up to 153, gives it up again with volume, doesn't matter, goes higher. goes. April does the same thing, and in fact, when you look at it, it's like it's almost the same formation, a little bit longer this time. But does it mean that it can go to a higher high? Yeah, it can. We know that. We know how that works. Now, but let me expand on that answer.
Okay, please.
Well, the expansion on that answer, it just all those high volume lows are going to get hit. And I've said, you've been listening long enough. I've said this many times to people. You find me a high volume low that hasn't been hit, good luck. Great. I want to see it. So the question is that okay? Is it this time? Is it next time?
Yeah.
And the key is just keep your stops tight. But there's no doubt the identification is the same. There's no doubt.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a period in the market that the model isn't functioning that well, and you have to kind of look at it and say,
I wish I could dial back to 2007. I'm not sure. You might have been saying the same thing in 2007. I don't know if you did or not, but it was the same. It's the exact same setup. And,
on the big uptrend off the bottom, you mean?
In 2007.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing that happened, and this is what the difference is. The difference in 2007, because I remember getting a couple calls saying, well, it's different this time because you have Bernanke, feed money into it. No, you go back to 2007, it was the exact same thing. Nothing was getting fed into it. It did keep going to higher highs and lighter volume. What the difference was, in fact, I'm going to bring the SPY up right now so you can see what the difference is. The difference was that we got 3 downtrends in between that, meaning decent ones, okay? Well, they seem like decent ones. I mean, I got it up right now. So yeah,
I got the SPY on a monthly.
Yeah, I just put it on a monthly right now on Target TV. So we get over the highs. The first time you get over those highs in October of 2006, no volume whatsoever. The SPY goes from 128, gets up to 146. Then it gives it up from 146 to 136. So it gives up. That's big. Let's get up 3,000 points, right? Then it goes all the way back up to 156, which is 15,600 Dow, gives it up again to 13,700, goes up again to 15,700, and then gives it up to 666. But you can see in that texture with I get the monthly up right now.
Yep.
Going back. So we hit a high, folks, at 14,600 with 1.4 billion. We came down with 2.9 billion. Guess what? It goes higher. We did another high. We got into that high with 3.9 billion. We go down with 6.2 billion. Guess what? We go higher again. One more time, 3.8 billion, and then it's over. So it's the same characteristic, But I understand the frustration, believe me.
Yeah, okay. I desperately want to go short, and I nibbled a little at some funds today. But, boy, I'll tell you, this is up again on Monday. I'm out.
Yeah, well, man, you've been listening long. You got to go short at highs. You don't go short after we're down 10 days in a row, man.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
but,
so have a great one, Frankie. Have a safe one, man.
Thanks.
Gold market. Let's go over to the gold market. We'll take a look at the gold market, folks. Gold market, another Friday, and as one of the targets said this morning, the Dow Industrials is up something like 22 Tuesdays in a row. If we start tracking the gold market, these Fridays are bad news in the gold market. What we have is this: 187,000 contracts. We're at 1380, and she's going to go after these lows, folks. The first low there is 1338. That's what she's going after, and I suspect she's going to go after it with a vengeance. The second one here is down at which never got tested, which is a 1323. And the longer that it doesn't get tested, the more problematic it is. That's building cause, folks, and that cause is for downtown. So now let's go back to the S&P, the cash S&P for a second, because you want to keep your head wrapped around the A to B, B to C point. So the A to B, folks, is a 90-point A to B. The real key is going to be is the rejection of price on the cash S&P at the 1648, and it very well could be. It's going to be under one of these downdrafts. That's what it is. The correlation that you want to take, you take the volume correlation And today we did 700 million. You're going into 879 million. That's how that correlation goes. And on Monday, what you'd like to see, as it goes into that number, that it actually shrinks from 798 million. Folks, don't forget about our man, Mr. Bud Rolfs. Okay, he's got a great workshop coming up. Go on the front page of TFNN. In fact, when you take a look at that, folks, it's less than $1 a day in order to get Bud's workshop plus his Doppler radar. We're going to be right back, folks.